Yeah, it's about 4:30. I've just come back, bought some fly traps. Just yet, they're shop Borts, and they're just cannon fodder plants basically to get me some, to cut me some slack, get me some data back very quickly. So hopefully I'll take these out, and some of these will go into that. Geez, the sun's starting to slant. Anyway, so I bought 7 on. There's another one over here, but it's a different type. This is the standard one there. Your standard shop Bort there. That's your standard shop Bort, I would say. And I'm going to put one right in the candle, because in one of the edge here, probably right next to a candle. Because I'm getting the impression it may, our final formula, just basic formula with no bells and whistles, will just be like bark chips and broken up candles, into like 1 by 2 inch pieces, what you can snap off with your fingers basically. Might be something like that, because I was thinking the other night, candles don't rot. You put a candle in a bucket of water, it doesn't rot, does it? So anyway, we'll take these ones here, and yeah, seems to be settling in all right. So hopefully we'll see some progress in the next 2 days or so. So the idea was take some of these fly traps here and plant them in one in this. I'm thinking, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 if I get that. So I've got to have at least 3 pots worth, I think, just for that one, for this one experiment, I suppose. So it'll be 3 pots for if I do a peat one. But as I said, I think the bark chips is going to be it, fellas. These composted. I think people have probably tried bark chips in the past, but it's been this sort of uncomposted stuff. And they've had trouble with the phenolics, and they've just given up on it. They've sort of, they've had trouble with the phenolics in here and just sort of given up on the bark chips sort of thing. Whereas if they tried composted bark chips, they would have got this spectacular growth, and they would have got it in 3 to 4 weeks. I mean, that's just amazing to just shove a shop, and that's from a shop Bort, don't forget. Shoved a shop Bort in there, and we've got this amazing growth, and we've actually got a fly trap coming back. So what's going on with the fly trap, fellas? Do you think it's fluorine? Do you think all this bizzo with the perlite is an excuse to get fluorine into your plants, so you never do really well, and you have to keep either changing your medium every bloody year, and also you keep buying cannon fodder plants, because they're just infused with so they've been in there basically a day to a certain extent. Oh, we've got a stray there. You never know, might strike. And yeah, the afternoon rays of the sun. Yeah. So they're surviving. I mean, they haven't wilted or anything like that. So that's something. We've got consistency. Hang on. We've got consistency, fellas. So that's something. So yeah, consistency. That's what we want. So, oh yes, I set this one up, by the way. And it looked really nice when I first just let the surfactant run through. So I think it's going to look quite. It's going to look. I reckon it's going to look natural, fellas. Let's go to the spot colour. I reckon this one here is just going to look natural. It's on its first flush at the moment, so we'll run that through. This one's getting ready to plant stuff in it, so hopefully by tomorrow I'll have some stuff in that one, because that's the full version. This is like the cut down version, and hasn't really got much of an anaerobic region in the nether regions of the pot, because if I pull this one up, if I can do that with my hand, God, it's bloody heavy. It's got a slot, and it's got all these things here too, so you've got those things there. And I just love the way he does his photography. He says ring. He picks the pots up and puts them against the sun and everything. Yeah. Anyway, I better press that down so it makes a good seal. So when you put the water through it each night, it actually goes through the soil, not down the side of the pot. Traps for younger players who've been there in the past. Anyway, we'll see how we go. Hopefully that's lined up where it was, to a certain extent anyway. Back to normal focus. Okay. I don't know, fellas. they're okay, but you know, we're going to get some nice traps coming out of them or not. But at least it's keeping the pinky red colour to a certain extent. But and the traps are interesting. But yeah, but oh yeah, look at that one there. Look at that trap on that one. Not bad, really. I mean, I would have been absolutely paralytic if I'd got that like 40 years ago, sort of thing. So you know. I did actually got some plants with quarantine from the wild, sort of thing, and they sort of started growing like that. So makes you wonder. But they didn't last long, you know. I mean, as I said, we went through the quarantine, and like a standing practice back then, half your plants used to disappear. I mean, I was a member of the the Cactus and Succulent Society for 2 years, and they went through some import or something, and someone had tabled out every single plant and measured them, and they all came through they'd been cut. It all came through half the size that was listed from the person in America, sort of thing. Yeah, precisely, almost every single one. So and plants started turning up at the Botanic Gardens over the next 6 months. And I think, oh yeah, I wonder how they got those so quickly, you know, and how come they're all the ones on this list, you know. So, you know, there's rules for you and there's rules for them, and, you know, it shouldn't be that way. And I think that's half the reason Trump got in, isn't it? People just got sick and tired of all this bullshit over the years and said, you know, just cut me some slack. And he's the man they put in there to cut them some slack, and he's doing that. I mean, yeah. I mean, I've got no qualms about Trump at the moment. He tries to do what he says he's going to try and do, you know. So, you know, isn't that all you can expect from a man? You know, it's the old Shakespeare thing. This was a man. I don't know. There's so many ways you can say the last line of Macbeth. Yeah. So yeah, it's again the one that Shakespeare wanted. Well, I suppose that's why he did it. You know, there's so many different ways you could say it. This was a